You know,
They're not ready, bro. They're gonna be the first ones to like, all these people that are super like just addicted and absorbed by social media. Like sometimes you got to switch off and be able to do things for yourself. Like sometimes it's almost like you just got to train yourself, because it's like, like I think just the other day, I think Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp was down.
It was recently. It was last couple of days. Yeah. That was mad.
And it's just like everybody.
I thought it was
like,
just
everybody just loses their mind, bro.
I lost my mind,
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm not gonna lie. I just like, okay, that's it. It's down, and I just kept it moving. But it's like with me, like I'm not trying to sound like anything like special or whatever.
No,
but it's just like I'm not so absorbed into like the whole social. But there's people like, do you know what I'm saying? It's funny, like, because I work in like on public transport, so I'm on the trains all the time, and sometimes I just go through my train and I'll play this game when I'll see who's not on their phone. I literally play that game, walk through, and like, obviously it's like, I'm not telling people, but it's like in my head, oh, you're the winner, like, you know what I'm saying? If I get to you and like you know what I'm saying, you're not on your phone, but like no word of a lie, like I'd walk through a packed train and like 90% of the people are on their phone, and just like, like when you're like on Instagram and like you're just like kind of like scrolling, right? And then when you're doing it, like you're kind of like, obviously you're engaging with this screen, right?
Sometimes.
So, but it's like when you look at someone else doing it, it's, bro, like it's such an eerie thing, because like, like back in the day when you watch these kind of like Twilight Zones, and like they predicted all this stuff, bro, and you just think that it was scary because you just felt like, imagine that, but you could never believe that could ever be. It's just someone's weird imagination of a scary scenario. But you're seeing that all these kind of Black Mirrors and that, even till now, they're showing us what's happening, but people still look at it like it's some kind of weird alternative. But it's reality, like,
that's what I think. I was talking about this the other day as well. It's kind of like, if they play it to people as entertainment, they see it as kind of, oh, ha, 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 that's funny. Imagine if that happens. Yeah. But imagine if that happens.
I'm saying. Like, literally, I'll just like see, and people, they just look like zombies and just like sliding, just with the phone and your thumb is just sliding, image looking for a couple of seconds, slide, like, slide. And literally, it's just like, and with me, like, when I'm on social media, like, and I'm on Instagram, when I'm going through, I'm actually taking time to look at so I don't actually get to go through that much, because I'm actually mentally absorbing what I'm seeing, and I'm taking a couple of seconds to, do I like it? No. All right. And if I like it, I'm proper like, what do I like about it? I might watch the same video a couple of times. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, the majority of people just like literally just,
that's
they can get through like about 50 images in like a minute or whatever, like, do you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of thing where it's like you're letting the social media use you, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's meant to be the other way around.
There's times when I go on and I'm just like, why did I come on here?
Mate, I'm not gonna lie, that's me sometimes as well. Like, you get lost in the social media source, mate. Like, like, you can just like, you can go into your phone and think, I need to message someone, right? You go into your phone, you go into WhatsApp, and then you see a couple like messages, so all right, I'm going to check that message. And that message leads to someone sent a link onto Instagram. You go onto Instagram, you're checking that. Then maybe that links, you find a new page, and you go and check their YouTube page, and then like you're in YouTube watching, and you're like, wait, why did I pick up my phone again? Like, these times the most important thing, you needed to message someone urgent, and you haven't even done that, and you can't even remember. That's what you needed. It's crazy, man. It's mad, and I'm not trying to pretend like I'm some kind of, because I get caught in it as well, but it's like, I think the best thing you can do is be aware of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And some people, they're not even aware, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's handy that I think Instagram and like iPhones have recently done it, and they've got this timer. It shows you how often you go on your phone, and then Instagram have how often you use Instagram, which is making people aware of. But then it's also a cop out, like, because like people like Steve Jobs, he's creator. Is it Steve Jobs that created with Microsoft? Was it?
No, Steve Jobs is Apple.
Apple, is it? It's Apple.
Yeah, Bill Gates is Microsoft.
So Steve Jobs, he created Apple, and he doesn't let his children or his family use Apple devices.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. You know,
like the guy who created Windows, Microsoft, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Same with him. Created that device, does not let his family use it.
Because they know. Even who was it? Mark Zuckerberg. I found out that he puts like some kind of like tape or something over his webcams on these like computers and stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of
So
people
it's like,
that do that.
I do that as well. I'm not gonna lie, because I watched that. What was that film?
Snowden. Yeah.
So it's just the paranoia, but it's like, but at the same time, these people are part of that, so they know the risks. They know it, and they still kind of perpetuate it by their technologies that promote all this stuff.
Exactly.
But they know the dangers themselves, and it's back to the same thing. It's leaving the legacy. It's like, are you trying to just do for yourself, or are you trying to do for other people? And that's what it boils down to. And that's what, and the majority of people in this world, not just because of social media, but just as kind of human being, as a species, it's that for self kind of thing. And that's where it's led us like down. I mean, I'm trying to be into fitness, and I don't check my fitness from like kind of social media and stuff like that, because you just see people doing all kind of, and you don't know what's real.
No, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? You don't know who's taking steroids. You don't know who's had implants, and so it's just pointless even trying to use these kind of people as references. But there was one guy that I've been watching his kind of channel recently, and he basically talks about breaking these kind of myths of these kind of people that are doing these. And then he was talking about this kind of female athlete, right? Not athlete, sorry, like personal trainer or whatever they call themselves, Instagram trainers or whatever. And he was talking about how she was showing these kind of like, like when you go on Israel, I don't know if you follow any kind of like fitness kind of pages or whatever, but you see people doing these crazy it's not just about doing like a squat, or it has to be some intricate crazy looking variation, because just looking at it looks mad. So they must be in some crazy shape because they can do this crazy version of it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's more about the kind of look rather than is it practical, is it safe. And he's basically talking about, if you look at it, what she's doing is so unsafe. If you try that, the average person, you're going to cause yourself mad injury. And then on top of that, it's like she's when she puts the description of it, she's not breaking down how to do the actual exercise. Do you know what I'm saying? So someone's just going to try it, not knowing that there's certain things you need to put in place or whatever, and that's how you cause yourself injury. But as a personal trainer, if you're a real personal trainer, you should have the well-being of the people that are following you. Do you know what I'm saying? That should be the forefront of what you're trying to do. But you just care the fact that you're going to get so many likes from this.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that is where we are. Like,
it comes back to kind of the entitlement thing that you were talking about before. It's kind of like, it's just people of kind of this generation. I feel maybe they are entitled because they do have everything at their fingertips. Anything they want, they can have technically if they put hard work into it.
Yeah.
But technically, everything that we would have maybe tried to put music out, there was only one way to put music out. You had to become a major label star, but now you can put your song on SoundCloud and millions of people could hear it. So it's kind of like they do have everything and they are privileged, but it's like what they do with that privilege and how they can kind of be humble with it.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I mean, it is like a kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And it is like, you know, you can't blame the people like that are kind of acting the way they are acting, because then when you always try and trace the root to it, sometimes it's not always their fault. It's the way society has made them. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's easy just to look at it. That's why I just try not to like judge people. I mean, you always, as a joke, you always like, you know, slyly judging people. But on the real, when I try and deep things, you know, just everybody do you kind of thing, innit? And all you can do is kind of be responsible for yourself. So at the end of the day, it's just like we were talking about these two people that, you know, they were planning to be, you know, Instagram stars, and they're trying to do their GoFundMe. Good luck to them. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I wouldn't go down that route. I think it's a bit like shallow, or it's a bit like, you know what I'm saying, as we're talking about, entitled to think that someone should just like give you something just because you want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're someone, if you can ask someone for, you know, however much, $9,000, and you get it, well, boy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, good luck to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're obviously doing something better than what I'm doing, innit? But me personally, I want to work for what I don't want to be entitled. Or not even entitled. I don't want to be in a position where my life is in someone else's hands.
Yeah, and also it feels better when you actually work for something as opposed to being just handed it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the work would be like to get to that point. So you're looking, you might get to that point and look down at everyone else because you were handed this opportunity.
And the most important thing, it's not even just about attaining something.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of these people are missing, and I think that's something that we haven't kind of touched on either. Is attaining something is sometimes one of the easiest things to do.
Yeah.
It's keeping hold of it that is the hardest thing.
That's true.
And a lot of what these people are doing, because they get it so quick, and because of the methods that they use to get it, they're in the position where the likelihood is they're not going to be able to attain it. One, because they don't appreciate how they got it. Two, they haven't put in the work to even understand what it's about and the value of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone just came to you and gave you like £1 million, do you know what I'm saying? Just like that, chances are you might just start going on a holiday, you might start just doing this, and if you're not like diligent enough, you could lose that money in quick time. Whereas if you spent the last 10 years trying to get this million, and you finally got it, chances are you are going to do bits with that. And that's not like trying to say that's a science that works with everyone, but the chances are, because you knew what it took you, I'm not trying to just give, do you know what I did to get this? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just, and that is part of the process of being successful, like the journey. And a lot of these people are missing the journey.
And
like
building your foundations as well. Like, investing, and not just investing money-wise, investing in where you came from. Because like these people, from where you came from, all these people who you want to deny, they're the people who are supporting you because they're looking at you like, rah, he's able to make it out, why can't I do it? And that's generally all I think about it is, like, if you can look at, like you said, most people who are up there, big household names now, they've come from poor backgrounds, and throughout all the shit that the world has thrown at them, they've been able to make it. And yet there's all these other millions and billions of people that find a way to make an excuse for the reasons why they can't do it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, that's what I said. You gotta be responsible for you, and in life, like a lot of the times, things that happen, or there are unfortunate circumstances where just life just seems to be unfair, and you just get dealt a rubbish hand. The dice just rolls the wrong way, and you know what I'm saying. You get put in certain situations that are out of your control. But the majority of the time, a lot of things that happen to us is based on the decisions we've made ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people need to understand that, even to the whole like thing of like social media. As